Do you want to install additional components on your Ctable server, like the automation software n8n? Well, this video is precisely about this. I will show you how to install this automation software on the same server where you already installed your Ctable server. Hi, my name is Christoph Brenzinger from Ctable, and in this video I will show you and explain you how easy it is to install additional components. So, the requirements for this video is that you already have installed your own Ctable server. I just showed it to you how easy it is in one of my last videos. So if you don't have your own Ctable server, well, I would recommend you to watch this video first. And after that, if you have your Ctable server installed, you can just continue with this introduction. So basically, it's super easy to install additional components to your Ctable server. Let me just show you. I just go to the admin manual that you can find on admin.ctable.io, and here in the installation section, we already installed Ctable server by following the guide from this part, Ctable server, and we also provide additional predefined containers or components that could easily be installed and attached to your current system. So in this video, I just want to install n8n, which is a very powerful self-hosted automation platform, comparable to Zapier or Make. Beside them, you just install the software on the same server like Ctable. So in fact, installing an additional component is so easy because we already did a lot of the heavy lifting, and in fact you only have to tell the Ctable server or the Docker environment that you want to install a new container. We already predefined everything in a so-called YAML file. So Docker just takes this YAML file, fires up the Docker containers, and in addition we have to define some configuration or some credentials which are required by this new component, in this case n8n. And in the end you just have to tell Docker to to pull these containers, just fire them up, and then you're ready to go. So let me just show you how easy it is. I'm already connected to the root shell of my Ctable server. So this Ctable server is reachable by the URL https ctable.pixelrebels.de, and this is my root shell. And it's easy at that. I just follow the instructions on the admin manual. First, I just copy and paste this command to my root shell, and it basically it adds n8n.yaml to my file opt_ctablecompose.env. Okay. Next step is I have to define some credentials. These credentials were auto-generated by pvgen. So also I just copy and paste it, enter, and the last step is I just take this, also pasting and executing. And due to my changes I did before, Docker now knows, okay, I have to pull n8n, the container for n8n, and also n8n Postgres, because n8n relies on the Postgres database. And after some seconds, this only has to be done once, because after you have the containers, they have just to be started and not to be pulled. The n8n system will be available by your public URL, and you just have to add this additional port 6231. Well, keep in mind, if you use a firewall for your virtual server, you have to open up this port in the firewall of your hosting provider. Otherwise, you will not reach it. So that means, let's just check, okay, all containers are pulled. Let me just check, okay, n8n here's the Postgres database, and here is n8n, where is it? Here is Docker n8n. Okay, so it's up and running. So if I'm correct, I can just take the port, can attach it to here, and just hit enter, and then we should reach the initial setup page for n8n, where you can just define your first initial admin user. So it just already proposes me Christoph@example.com. So Christoph Brenzinger, okay, and let me just define a password. And I don't want to receive security product updates. I click next. And I don't want to answer this, just click get started. And here we go. n8n is installed side by side to your Ctable server and reachable by this URL. So congratulations, everything is done. Okay, to summarize this up, or just some hints, n8n comes for sure with a predefined available n8n node for Ctable, but this is outdated, and there is a newer one, and I just want to show you how easy it is to get the latest version by a so-called community node. Community nodes are basically they're not part of the main product n8n, and for sure in the next weeks or month the Ctable node will be updated, so you don't have to install a community node. But until then, until the last version is not part of the n8n, you can just install the latest version by the community node. And well, we as Ctable, or I as developed right now 4 different nodes for n8n, 4 community nodes. Basically the Ctable node, which is capable to interact with the data inside a base, and also a so-called cadmin, which takes or could take some task that is done by a system admin, for example, exporting or backing up bases, or creating users, or creating teams. So this might be also interesting for you. But let me just install this n8n node Ctable. And also what I would like to recommend to you is a community node Neutrino, because it provides a lot of interesting stuff. So, okay, inside n8n, we just click here on the settings, then we go to community nodes, and yes, we want to install a community node, and we just have to tell the n8n system which community node we want to install. So n8n nodes Ctable. Yes, I understand the risk of installing a community node. And after some seconds, where the system just download the latest version, now you can see n8n node Ctable is installed. And let me just install also n8n nodes Neutrino. And after some seconds again, these community nodes are installed, and now your n8n system is ready to go to create very powerful workflows with actions and triggers. And let me just show you, if I search now for the node Ctable, we will see beside the Ctable node that is part of the main core of n8n, we can see 2. Why do we see 2 community nodes? Well, this small box at the end of the name is telling that it's a community node. Well, the ones is for the different actions, and the other node here is for the triggers. So as soon as this is merged into the main product, you only will see one. But this is a kind of restriction for the community nodes. You cannot have actions and triggers side by side in a community node. Or if you search for Neutrino, you can see over here there's just very powerful validations or actions like email validations, phone validations, or phone callbacks, phone playbacks, or you can just check for IP addresses or domains or something like this. So in the end, if you want to create your workflow with Ctable, well, you have to use one of these actions, for example, get a row, for example. And well, this is just a very short introduction into n8n. Every node in n8n needs some credentials, or most of it. There are some nodes that don't need credentials, but in this case, Ctable needs credentials to get access to the data of a base. So in this case, let me just show you how you get these credentials. For example, I have here my base. It has just some random data in it, 1, 2, 3. And to get access to this base in n8n, well, it already tells you I need the so-called API token of a base. Well, it's not cloud hosted, it's self-hosted. So we have to write ctable.pixelwearables.de, and we need the API token. You can just generate it by clicking on these 3 dots at the end of the line. Extended API token, and here you just get any name like n8n, read and write permissions, and you take this API token and just paste it over here. Well, for sure you can choose a time zone that matches yours, click on save, and now your n8n node is just up and running, and you can, for example, search for rows, or you can get a row. So table 1 row, and here it is. You have access to the data of this base. So that was everything I want to show you. I hope that you just see how easy it is to install additional components next to your Ctable server, and I can just recommend you, or I can just tell you, n8n is such a powerful combination to Ctable. You can build so many automations or powerful automations and workflows. So give it a try. If you have feedback, just write it to the forum or send us some messages via the contact form. But I promise you, you will love it. n8n and Ctable is such a strong combination. I hope you enjoyed it, and we hope to see you next time, and have a great day. Bye.